About a week ago there was a huge rumour regarding some new content that could be coming to LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, so in this video I'll go over all of that for you, so make sure you stick around until the very end. Before I get into that though, it goes without saying that this is just a rumour, so take everything with a grain of salt. So last year there was a report on Fanbyte discussing an article written by Polygon with regards to the working conditions at TT Games. It highlights the fact that crunch was prominent at the studio, projects were mishandled and harassment allegations were held against former managers. Now it really does suck to hear all about these things that happened at TT Games because I really have enjoyed their games ever since I was a kid, but that is not actually why we're talking about this article. At the bottom of it there is an anonymous comment saying that the LEGO Disney game, which was seemingly their next big project following LEGO Star Wars Skywalker Saga, has now been cancelled for a number of reasons. The biggest seemingly being that the game was a mess, and Disney's Dreamlight Valley did a lot of things that they were trying to do but better. What TT Games are doing now though, according to this comment, is the Mandalorian DLC for LEGO Star Wars, and their next big game will be a new LEGO Batman game. Like I said just a moment ago, it goes without saying that this can't necessarily be trusted, as it's from an anonymous source, and of course it's the internet so anyone can say anything they like, so do take it with a grain of salt. That said, a former TT Games employee has tweeted saying that TT Games has more leaks than a sieve. And when someone asked about what happened, he referred them to the Fanbyte article with regards to the latest comment, which is the one that I just went over. Given that this is coming from a former TT Games employee, then I really wouldn't be surprised if all of this is actually true, and that we are going to be receiving some form of Mandalorian DLC for LEGO Star Wars. Assuming for a minute that this is then true, how big could it be? So far we've already received 2 character packs for the show, with 1 per season, so my best guess is that if they are going to work on additional DLC, it will be a level pack for the show. My hope is that it would contain pretty much everything to do with The Mandalorian Season 1 and 2, but I really don't want to get too far ahead of myself as to not lead to disappointment. Now, it would obviously be absolutely incredible if they gave us a mission per episode, or at least 5 missions for each season of the show, and then a number of new planets like Navarro to explore, or new locations on existing planets like Mos Pelgo for Tatooine. Now, as much as I would love to see nothing more than all of that, I think it is highly unrealistic, and what would realistically happen is probably a couple missions from Mando Season 1, where you wouldn't be able to explore anywhere new and just play the missions, which I would still be over the moon with. I really do hope that this rumour is all true, and if it is, then perhaps we could see it releasing later this year. I'm also hoping that TT Games will use the success of LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, and potentially the success for this DLC if they are doing it, to encourage them to keep making more like it for the other shows and films that they haven't yet touched. There really is a goldmine of content just waiting for them with Star Wars, so I would really love to see them actually make use of that. Anyway guys, that is it from me today. Let me know what you think of all of this in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all of the latest LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga and Star Wars gaming news. Thank you all very much for watching, and may the Force be with you always.